You are live on YouTube, Mataji.
Sure. Thank you, Prabhuji. I share the screen. I'm sharing the
Mataji, request.
screen.
Yes, yes, Mataji. Please make me co-host, please.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, Prabhuji. Done. Sharing the screen. We'll start with the prayers.
Thank you, Mataji.
We'll start with the prayers first. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरून् श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्त स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदान्याय कृष्णप्रेमाप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्य नाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी श्री राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधरा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरून् दीनतारिणम् Hare Krishna everyone, Dandvat Pranam. Thank you everyone for joining. So today we'll be starting with the fourth chapter. So we covered yesterday we covered the third chapter, right? We finished it and we have seen yes, Prabhuji. So we have seen how to how we have seen who is the greatest Nitya very nano enemy. So who is the eternal enemy? It is the lust and not only that we have also seen where is he hiding. So he's hiding in the places of senses, mind, and intelligence, and the senses are the weakest and the grossest. So the best thing is to start regulating them. To start regulating the senses. And then we have also seen how we can, and the third step was how we can, we have to strengthen our buddhi, our intelligence. And for that, we need to know the transcendental knowledge. So that is why now we'll be starting with the fourth chapter. And when we talk about regulating the senses, it is with the help of the Vedi sadhana bhakti, which we are doing, right? Or and the other activities we have discussed, no Shravanam Kirtanam, so the nine limbs of bhakti, how we try to continue. So it helps us to regulate the senses, means param drishtva nivartate, giving them a higher taste. And how do we do that? We try to follow, there is a formula, no, A B C D. So is anyone aware of that formula, A B C D formula?
Association books.
Yes, yes, Prabhuji, thank you. So A is for association of the devotees, sadhu sangha. We should always stay in the association of the devotees. Then B stands for books. We should always read the literatures, Vedic literatures, like
C
Srimad
stands for
Bhagavatam,
chanting.
Bhagavad Gita as it is, Chaitanya Charitamrita, isn't it? So B stands for books and C is for chanting, Hare Krishna
Chanting.
Mahamantra. Chanting of our Hare Krishna Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram
Ram
Ram,
Ram
Hare Hare.
Hare.
And D is finally the diet plan for all of
Diet
us.
plan.
That is always
Prasadam.
having the
Prasadam.
prasadam. Yes, yes, Prabhuji. Thank you. So Uchishta, having the remnants of the Lord. So yeah, so today we'll start with the chapter 4. So as a part of the overview, we have 4 sections. Section 1 is covering talk. This is talking about the transcendental knowledge about Krishna. So in this, from verse number 4.1 to 3, we basically talk about the origin of Bhagavad Gita, right? Then we will also be seeing the activities of the Lord, right? Appearance and disappearance. So then the section second is 11th to 24th. It covers how we should apply this transcendental knowledge about Lord Krishna to work, right? And section 3 is 4.25 to 33. It talks about how sacrifices they lead to transcendental knowledge. And then we have section 4, which is 34 to 42, which mentions glories of the transcendental knowledge. So applying transcendental knowledge to work is the applying jnana to our activities. That is section 2. Okay. So we'll continue. We'll start with this chapter. I request everyone to please, request everyone to please switch on your videos if it is not done yet. And I also request the participants to please raise hands. Please volunteer to read this. BG 4.1. Yes. Yes, please. Yes, Hare Krishna, Murari Chaitanya Prabhu. Yes, Prabhuji. Please read this.
श्रीभगवानुवाच इमं विवस्वते योगं प्रक्तवानहमव्ययं विवस्वान्मनवे प्राह अनुरीक्ष्वा कविब्रवीत्. Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. So this verse is telling us uh, this perishable, this is imperishable science of Krishna consciousness, right? So this is imperishable knowledge. And initially it is mentioned that this is given by Lord Shri Krishna himself. And Lord Shri Krishna, he instructed this particular imperishable science of yoga to Vivaswate Yogam, to Vivaswan, right? Sun god Vivaswan. Vivaswan Manave Praha. Vivaswan in turn, he gave it to Manu,
Manu.
his son, right?
Yes.
Manu, who is also known as the father of the mankind, and Manu in turn, he gave it to Ikshvaku, so to Ikshvaku, right? Abravit. So, please tell me how many years ago was this given by Lord Shri Krishna to sun god Vivaswan? How many years ago did we? Please share it in the chat. Please don't speak. Please share it in the chat. How many years ago was it given for the first time initially by Lord Shri Krishna to sun god Vivaswan? You can refer your text one. Yes. Approximate or
120,000 years
Prabhuji, please put it in the chat, Prabhuji. 120 million years, right?
Yes.
That's right. Yeah. Yes, 120 million years ago. Yes. Yeah. And when was this given to Manu? Yes. Okay. So, okay. In case if we talk about Vivaswan, sun god Vivaswan. So when we say sun god, so basically sun god, it is just a post, it is like an upadhi. The way when we say Lord Indra, Lord Chandra, or the sun god himself, these are not the names. Who was the sun god during that time? To whom was it? It was given. It was given to Vivaswan, right? So it is a post. The way we have the Lord Indra. Somebody else is the sitting at that particular post of Lord of Indra. So this is the way we should understand. And okay, so it was given by the Lord 120 million years ago. Now, when was this again instructed to Arjuna by Lord Shri Krishna? So when did he again discuss this? When did he instruct Arjuna about this
5,000
transcendental knowledge?
5,000 years ago.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you. So this was given to Arjuna 5,000 years ago. So just imagine, there are so many Bhagavad Gita commentaries which come in the world, isn't it? There are multiple editions, they keep on coming and going, coming and going. But this is the authorized Bhagavad Gita as it is, which is given by, instructed by the Lord, and it is still present. And it is present in the form of as it is. So how, and not only that, there is a very beautiful, important thing which is mentioned here, that why was it given to the sun god Vivaswan? It was given to the sun god Vivaswan, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So what was the reason? Why was it given to the sun god Vivaswan?
Because he'll always be present in the nature.
Okay. Okay. Any other reasons? Yes, Jia Mataji. Yes, please.
Because all the leaders are natural teachers of the praja. So
Mm,
praja does what the king, how the king exemplifies. So that is why
correct.
the Vivishwan was the king. So he
Mm.
naturally he would be a natural leader. So he should know the difference between the soul and matter, and what is our actual position, what is our actual constitution. So he acts in accordance to it, and the praja acts in accordance to.
Yes, Mataji, that's right. Yes, yes, that is one part of it. Very good, Mataji. Yes, and but what is the reason why only to sun god? Why not to
Yeah,
moon
he gives
planet,
the
moon
energy
god?
for he gives the energy for all the living beings.
Hmm. So he's the king of all the planets. So just imagine, it is a part of which it's coming in under that particular royal order. What is its importance? How valuable it is. It is not given to just to someone, anybody, just like that. No, it was given to sun planet, sun god, because he is the king of all planets. So that is the reason. And so that accordingly he can also set an example in the society, because he is responsible, as Jia Mataji, you also mentioned that he is responsible, no, he is going to set an example, but ultimately he's the king of all the planets. So yeah, so it is mentioned, this personality, the personality of God and Lord Shri Krishna said, I instructed this imperishable science of yoga to the sun god Vivaswan, and Vivaswan instructed it to Manu, the father of mankind, and Manu in turn instructed it to Ikshvaku. So that was the reason why it was given to sun god Vivaswan. Yeah, would someone like to read this, please? Yes, yes, Prabhuji. Thank you. Yeah. Yes, Jia Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Uh, in the Brahma Samhita 5.52, it is stated, Yachakshureš Savita Sakala Grahanam Raja Samast Suramurtirashesha Teja Yasya Brahmati Samritakala Chakro Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. Let me worship, Lord Brahma said, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda, Krishna, who is the original person and under whose order the sun, which is the king of all planets, is assuming immense power and heat. The sun represents the eye of the Lord and traverses its orbits in obedience to his order.
Mhm. Thank you, Mataji. So we see that Govindam Adi Purusham. So he is the original, isn't it? He is the original person under whose order the sun, which is the king of all the planets, is assuming immense power and heat. Not only that, the sun represents the eye of the Lord. So, in Srimad Bhagavatam, it helps us to understand for the people for whom it is very difficult, they do not understand, or it is difficult for them to realize the personal form of the Lord. How do they really reciprocate? I mean, how do they understand the form of the Lord or the supreme power as they present in the energy, or I mean, the impersonalists, they realize the Lord in the, they'll try to go in with respect to the Brahman effulgence, right? They want to merge into the Brahman. So there are people who really want to, if they really don't understand or they do not reciprocate with the personal form of the Lord, there are people who also try to look for the Lord in the form of the universal form, in the universal form of the Lord, right? And in the universal form, this entire, the manifestation, the material world, this is created. So the Srimad Bhagavatam mentions how these mountains, they also represent, I mean, the hairs, they represent the rivers, the hairs which are present on the Lord's skin. they also represent different parts of the material creation. So similarly, the sun god represents the eye of the Lord, the other one eye of the Lord, and moon also represents. So moon represents the other eye of the Lord. So not only that, the sun god, he is working under Lord Krishna's orders, under his direction. And that is why it is traversing its orbit in obedience to his order. So even he is under his control. Hmm. So evam parampara praptam. So Lord Krishna, he instructed this imperishable science of yoga to sun god Vivaswan 120 million years ago, Vivaswan to Manu 2 million years ago, and Manu instructed Ikshvaku ultimately, and Imam Rajarshayo Viduhu, and all of these were saintly kings. So that was the reason. So why this was given. And it was only given in the parampara. So evam parampara praptam sa kalin iha mahata yogo nashtah parantapah. So what do we understand from this? In course of time, the succession was broken, and therefore the science as it is, it appears to be lost. Bhagavad Gita 4.2. So this helps us to understand, like it is mentioned, so kalin iha mahata. So we were following this supreme science was being received through the chain of disciplic succession, right? Because we have seen how it is coming from Krishna to Lord Krishna to Vivaswan, Vivaswan to Manu, Manu instructed it to Ikshvaku. But what happened? That this particular chain that was ultimately, actually the chain was lost. The message of Bhagavad Gita, it got diluted somewhere. The reason could be the students, they were really not following their teacher. Isn't it? That was the reason. So that is why it got lost, that link got disconnected. And but in course of time, succession is broken, and therefore the science as it is appears to be lost. So appears to be lost, this means that the message that was supposed to be given to everyone, in the parampara, that got diluted. So this is the understanding. Yes. Would someone like to read this, please? Yes, Vinodhar Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
The time is very powerful. It changes, kills the original position. You have got experience. You purchase one anything, it is very fresh, new, but time will kill it. It will become shabby. It will be useless at a time, in due course of time. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. So the time is very powerful. This means that the Lord is also, the time factor is also Lord Krishna himself, isn't it? This is what we have seen in the other chapters,
Yes.
that the Lord mentions Kalo Asmi. So this material time, it is called Kala. Yes. So Jibon Krishna Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Would you please read this? Hare Krishna Prabhuji. You
Jigwan
had raised
Prabhu,
hand.
please unmute. Please unmute.
Prabhuji had raised hand actually. Prabhuji, you are on mute. We are not able to hear you.
Jigwan Prabhu, please unmute.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Yeah,
Krishna
you are not.
Prabhuji.
You unmute.
This material time, it is called Kala. This Kala is also another form of Krishna. So, Kalena Mahata. Therefore, it is called Mahata. It is very powerful. It is not ordinary things. Mahata, its business is to destroy. Bhagavad Gita 4.2, Mumbai, 22 March 74.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. So this Kala is also another form of Krishna, as we have seen, the time factor, right? So Kala is also Lord, and it is very powerful. Just like this Bhagavad Gita, it is very powerful, and that is why we have seen why it is to be given in the parampara. And not only that, we have seen the sun god was the king of the planets, and that is why it was given to him. Why? So that it can be circulated, the message could be spread properly, isn't it? So this is what we have seen, because accordingly they can create a culture, the kings, Raj Rishis. So evam parampara praptam. So why, I mean, first thing is, why is it necessary? So why is it necessary to know about this Bhagavad Gita as it is. I mean, why is it necessary that we should follow Bhagavad Gita or the instructions of the Lord in parampara? So why is it necessary? Why? What is the reason? Please, you can share. This is an open brainstorming session. You can share your views. So please share.
To maintain the sanctity of the verses,
Okay.
and also
Sense.
to keep the people well informed about following the uh, proper duties at that period of time.
Why only this Bhagavad Gita, Prabhuji? There were many Bhagavad Gitas also available, no? So why only
It
in
is
this? Why only in the parampara?
Because this knowledge
they
will be
will
transferred as it is, Mataji. No
Yes, yes,
without
self-discovery.
any dilution.
yes,
Because
Prabhuji.
Mataji,
Yes.
there are
Thank you.
lot of
Good. Hmm.
in
Yes, I
other
think.
Bhagavad Gita.
Harshita
One
Mataji, you are
second.
coming
When
Voice
disturbed.
is
there are
breaking,
lot of
Mataji.
interpretations
Harshita
given
Mataji,
by
voice is
lot
breaking.
of mundane
Hare Krishna, Harshita Mataji, voice is breaking.
Yes, Madhuri, your voice is breaking, but I was trying to follow. You mentioned that there are many diluted versions of Bhagavad Gita available in the market, isn't it?
Yes.
Yes, okay, yes, that's right. So, you know what, in case if we, there are so many people, I mean, in general, in case if I have to say, in case if we talk about our own, if basically I'm talking about there are so many atheists also, impersonalists also. But if a person approaches us, how do we really counteract their arguments, like why they should read only our Bhagavad Gita as it is? So there is one of the important reasons are that earlier also there were so many editions present. Now also we have so many editions present, but even after reading, there have been no changes in the people. They have not become the devotees of Lord Krishna, isn't it? This is a major impact which has been. This is a major transformation that has been provided by Srila Prabhupada. So all the literatures that we have, like Chaitanya Charitamrita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Bhagavad Gita, Srila Prabhupada has really invested so much of effort and energy and really helping us to go ahead with all these literatures. Even, see, none of us have met Srila Prabhupada, but all of our lives have been transformed, isn't it? So, but in case if we go through other editions, I don't even know about the other editions, but frankly speaking, it's very difficult to understand because the Lord Himself is missing there. The verses are there. I understand. Everything is there, but the purports are missing. It's not written by a pure devotee of the Lord. That connection with the Lord, like we are the what is the purpose of our life? We are eternal servitors of Lord Shri Krishna. Nobody helps us understand this. What is the purpose? Why are we really suffering in this material world? We want to put an end here. Not only to put an end, the purpose is wherever we go, we should always try to render service unto the lotus feet of Lord Shri Krishna. That is only our swarup. Because even if we put an end to this life, not which the devotees don't plan for, what do the other people do? What they do is, okay, we just want to merge into Brahman. But ultimately, they won't be satisfied, right? So we understand that what is the purpose of this life is we get that internal spiritual satisfaction when we serve the Lord, when we are only working for the pleasure of Lord Shri Krishna. So that service, when we are engaged in the service of Lord Shri Krishna, then we achieve that real satisfaction. So yeah, and why, how it is happening? It is in parampara. So in case if a person has to pluck the mangoes, how they have to go? They have to ask somebody who is there. First a person has to go and then they have to catch it, right? It's you just cannot just throw a stone and just get the mangoes, right? So similarly, in our parampara, how we are getting it? We are getting it in the parampara, isn't it? So this is the parampara which is being represented. So please tell me, it is compared like it is Srila Prabhupada, or I can say that it is mentioned that a guru is compared to a postman. Why is it so? Why is a guru compared to a postman?
because he
He'll transfer the
provides
knowledge as it is,
As it is, yeah.
without any
Yes,
addition or deletion.
yes. Yes, everyone can participate. That's okay. If somebody has given the right answer or the correct answer, it's okay. Please share your views. So, a postman, what does he do? What does he do? He delivers.
As it is.
He delivers the message as it is, Mataji, without putting his own interpretation.
Yes, very good. Yes,
From
thank you, Mataji.
from the source, from wherever.
Yes, thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you, Mataji. So the postman, what he does, he is not going to read anything, but without any additions, without any deletions, he is just going to forward the message as it is. He is just going to present the message as it is. And in our Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya, this is what we follow. So, who is Srila Prabhupada's guru? Srila Prabhupada's guru.
Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati
Please
Thakur.
raise your hands. Please
Bhakti.
raise your hands. Please, I request everyone. Yeah, I would request everyone to. Yes. Yes, thank you, Nandkishore Prabhuji. That's right. Guru delivers as it is, whatever is there in Shastras. Yes, thank you. I request everyone to please raise your hands. Who is the Guru of Srila Prabhupada, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada? Yes, Jia Mataji. Yes, please.
ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य अष्टदश श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर गोस्वामी
Yes, thank you, Mataji. Thank you so much. Yes, that's and who is Guru of Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Prabhupada? Yes, Archana Mataji. Yes, please. Hare Krishna. Archana Mataji, please unmute yourself. Okay. Mataji, we are not able to hear you. Archana Mataji, can you please switch on your video? No, Mataji, we find it difficult. Okay, Mona Lisa Saha Mataji. Yes, please, Mataji.
Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj.
Yes, Mataji. Hari Bol. Thank you, Mataji. And who is the Guru of Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj? Please raise your hands. Please raise your hands. Yes, Madhav Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Yes, Madhav Prabhuji.
Sri Bhakti Vinod Thakur Prabhupada.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you. And his Guru? What is the name of his Guru?
Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj.
Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj.
Yes, Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. So we need to know all the 5 Gurus, This is very important. And in case if we go through the introduction page, after the introduction, have you seen the disciplic succession that is present in our book? There is a disciplic succession, the complete. So this is another evidence, from the scriptures. If we say, okay, in case if a person is not, if we have to refute anybody's argument and they are not willing to understand, and if they really want the uh, uh, from the Shastras, if they really wish to know the evidences, so we have, this is the Brahma Madhva Gaudiya Sampradaya, and it starts from Lord Shri Krishna. On the 22nd number, we will see Lord Chaitanya, who is Lord Shri Krishna himself. So Lord Chaitanya, he has been, so he is also coming in this Guru Parampara. And then on the 32nd number, it is A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. So at least we need to remember all the 5, up to Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj. We need to know all the 5 names of our gurus, Yeah. And Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj is son. He's whose son? I mean, who is his father? Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada. Yeah. His father's name is?
Bhakti Vinoda Thakur.
Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur.
Yes, very good. Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. But still he didn't give him Diksha, no? He asked him to go to Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj and take the blessings, and take Diksha. Yes, so 5,000 years ago, it was detected by the Lord himself that the disciplic succession was broken, and therefore he declared that the purpose of the Gita appeared to be lost. In the same way, at the present moment also, there are so many editions of the Gita, but almost all of them are not according to authorized disciplic succession. So as we have seen. So all of them, they are giving their mundane interpretations, unscrupulous commentators are there, they are giving their own interpretations. Why do they do so? Because they deny, they don't agree that the Lord exists. They do not even, they reject the supremacy. They do not accept the Lord as the supreme authority. So that is the reason they always get bewildered. Yeah. So yes, please, would someone like to read this? Let me take some new hands. Yes, Sonali Mataji, Hare Krishna. Yes, please, Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Since there is a great need of an edition of the Gita in English, as it is received by the Parampara, disciplinic succession system, an attempt is made herewith to fulfill this great want. Bhagavad Gita, accepted as it is a great boon to humanity. Purport 4.2.
Yes, thank you, Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. So we covered this. Yeah. So, okay, now, so let's go to verse number 3. So, in the verse, if I go to the book, so what is mentioned? So, now it says, Bhakto usi mein sakha cheti. So, which are the qualities? What is mentioned here? That very ancient science of the relationship with the Supreme is today told by me to you. Yes, Jia Mataji. So, which are the two qualities?
One is to be a devotee of the Lord and have a direct relationship with Him.
Mm-hmm. Yes, Mataji. Devotee as well as my friend. So now there were so many people in the battlefield, but Lord Shri Krishna, he chose Arjuna only to deliver this knowledge. So the reason being, he is his devotee and a friend. This means because he is non-envious of the Lord. He is non-envious of Lord Shri Krishna. People who are envious, they won't even understand, and what they are going to do, they're going to change, or they are going to modify the intent. The entire the purpose or the integrity of the message will be lost. But since Arjuna is non-envious, so that is the reason why Lord Krishna says, you are my friend, you are my devotee, because you're non-envious, and that is why you are going to follow my instructions as it is. That is why our Bhagavad Gita is also known as it is. And that is the relationship between a teacher and a student. So whatever a teacher says, the student follows it, isn't it? So that is why this has been mentioned here. Yeah. So I'll move on to next verse. So the sun god Vivaswan, yeah, okay. So when we will see now, we will understand. So verse number 1, 2, 3, they were actually helping us to understand the origin of the Bhagavad Gita, right? So when we come to verse number 4, the sun god Vivaswan is senior by birth to you. How am I to understand that in the beginning you instructed the science to him? So why do you think, like, what is the reason? So what is being meant here? What do you
Arjuna is
understand from
asking,
this?
Arjuna is asking, even before you, he was not
Hmm?
aware that Krishna is the origin of everything. And he is
Hmm.
asking a question on behalf of all of us that before your birth, Vivaswan was there. So that is where the
Correct,
clarity is.
yes. Yes, Prabhuji, yes, thank you. So it is mentioned in the book, if we go through the book also, what is mentioned that thus Vivaswan is senior by birth to you. But now the point is, Lord Shri Krishna he's Nav Yauvanamcha, right? And Arjuna is in doubt now. How is it possible? You are of you are of, I mean, we are of same age. So how is it possible that you were present during that time when the sun god Vivaswan was there? So how shall I understand this? And this helps, and it opens up a platform or the background for Lord Shri Krishna to to discuss about the transcendental, to discuss about his transcendental activities, about his appearance, disappearance, and his Divya Karma, right? So, yeah, so as Prabhuji mentioned, would someone like to read this, please?
May I, Mataji?
Kindly raise your hands. Who mentioned that? Yes, Ras Sagar Shri Krishna Prabhuji. Please read this.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare
Arjuna is
Krishna.
not inquiring for himself, but for those who do not believe in the Supreme Personality of Godhead, or for the demons who do not like the idea that Krishna should be accepted as the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For them only Arjuna inquires on this point, as if he were himself not aware of the personality of Godhead or Krishna. Krishna also appeared as the son of Devaki on this earth. How Krishna remained the same Supreme Personality of Godhead, the eternal original person, is very difficult for an ordinary man to understand. Therefore, to clarify this point, Arjuna put this question before Krishna so that he himself could speak authoritatively. Question by the sages. Hare Krishna.
Yes, thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. So see, this is mentioned like it is not, why was he inquiring? He's inquiring for us, you know. So that is the reason why he inquired. And not only that, he wanted the Lord himself. So therefore, to clarify this point, Arjuna put this question before Krishna so that he himself could speak authoritatively. It can come directly from the Lord himself. He is apaurushaya, right? Beyond the four defects. So which are the four defects which every living entity has? Any idea? Do you know which are the four defects? And the Lord is apaurushaya. He is beyond the four defects of the condition. I mean, we are conditioned, right? So he is, that is why this knowledge is known as apaurushaya. What is the reason? Which are the four defects?
Illusion, who do
Yes,
cheating,
very good, Prabhuji. Yes, we always
taking,
we get illusioned because we
illusion.
have. Why do we get illusioned? But what is the first reason? Why do we get illusioned? Because we get
Uh,
illusioned because we have.
Brahma,
Yes, yeah, that is right, Jia Mataji. I'm looking for the order also, Mataji. Yes, thank you,
first
Mataji.
is first is mistakes,
Perfect senses,
illusion.
No, for imperfect senses, yes. So what the point is, what do? We have imperfect senses because of which we get illusioned. And because of this
Make mistake.
illusion, we commit mistakes and then we try to hide the mistakes. So we have a cheating propensity.
Cheating.
Yes, cheating
Yes,
propensity.
thank
Yes.
you. Yes, Hare Krishna. And so we see here that he himself could speak authoritatively, even in Srimad Bhagavatam, in the chapter questioned by the sages. This is mentioned wherein the sages were asking, you know, what did they ask? They were asking, okay, why did Lord Shri Krishna appears by in the womb of Mata Devaki? You know, what are the various incarnations? What are the several pastimes he performs? So that is also mentioned there. Yeah. So Janma Karma Cha Me Divya. So Shri Bhagwan Uvacha. So this is Bhagavad Gita 4.5. So what is the reason? So it is mentioned the personality of Godhead said many births both you and I have passed. I can remember all of them, but you cannot, O subduer of the enemy. Hey Parantapa. Shri Bhagwan Uvacha. Bahuni me vyatitani janmani tavacharjuna. Tani aham ved sarvani na tvam veda parantapa. So you know this came because why? Because what did Arjuna say? He said he is senior by birth to you. Sun God Vivaswan is senior. How is it possible that you instructed the science to him? Because we are of the same age, more or less, right? So because the Lord is always young. So the reason being, the Lord says, you don't remember. We have already taken so many births, both of us, but you don't remember. I remember. So why is it so that Arjuna doesn't remember? What is the reason? What is the reason? Any reasons, you know? Please just share your viewpoints. Why do you feel that Arjuna doesn't remember, but Lord Krishna remembers?
Because
Yes,
Krishna is the creator. He is Narayana and Arjuna is Nara.
yes, that is one part of it. Lord Shri Krishna is, Narayan is one of the incarnation of Lord Shri Krishna. That ways, okay. Yes, Prabhuji.
Arjuna is conditioned soul.
Arjuna is conditioned soul. That's right. So we always, whenever we take birth, we always get a material body and we have a tendency to forget the past, right? We don't remember our past, whatever has happened to us in our previous life. Yes, Prabhuji, that is right. Nara and Narayan that ways. But yes, and here he's being illusioned by the Yoga Maya potency. Yeah, that's right. So not only that, and the Lord is Sachidananda Vigraha, isn't it? Sachidananda Vigraha, Nadir Adir Govindam. So Sachidananda Vigraha. So his body and the soul, they are spiritual. He is transcendental. And whenever he wishes to come, he can come. He can come any point in time. It is by his own will, by his wish, he can come. So that is the reason the living entities, they forget everything due to his change of the body. But the Lord remembers. Why? Because he does not change his Sachidananda body, right? 4.5 purport. So he is Advaitam. That is why it is mentioned, Janma Karma Chame Divyam. My activities, my appearances, If we see here the appearance, how did Lord Shri Krishna appear? Yes, please raise your hand. How did Lord Shri Krishna appear when he appeared in the prison? Yes,
Narayana
please.
form.
Four-handed form.
400.
Four-handed Narayana form.
Four-handed
Yes,
Narayana form.
yes. Thank you. And later he changed to a small boy, I
200.
mean, the small, yeah.
Two-handed form.
Two-handed form, yes. A small child. So that is also, and see how he has, he manifested, I mean, how he appeared. Did you notice with the garland and, I mean, he's adorned with all the jewels, with the lotus flower in his hand. So beautiful, such a beautiful form. And then he had to change. So this is what the Lord is, Lord Shri Krishna. So that is why he does not change his Sachidananda body. Yeah. So what do we see from Brahma Samhita? Even from the Brahma Samhita corroborates Advaitam Achyutam Anadem Anantarupam Adyam Purana Purusham Navayovanam Cha Vedeshu Durlabham Adurlabham Atma Bhaktau Govindamadi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami. So it is mentioned he is Advaitam. I worship the Supreme Personality of Godhead Govinda, who is the original person. Advaitam, Advait. Is it an absolute, infallible, Achyutam? Anadim, there is no origin without any beginning. Anantarupam, he has multiple incarnations, unlimited forms he has. Adyam, so he is still the same original. Purana is the oldest. Purusham, Navayovanam, always appearing as a fresh youth. Such eternal, blissful, all-knowing forms of the Lord are usually not understood by even the best Vedic scholars, but they are always manifest to pure, unalloyed devotees. Right? Yes. Would someone like to volunteer to read this, please?
Shall I, Mataji?
Yes, Mataji.
How
Hare
God can
Krishna.
forget? How God can forget? If you forget, then you are not God. Then you are not God immediately. There is no other argument. God cannot forget. God remembers always.
Mataji, please read this as well.
Okay. The Mayavadi philosopher says that I am God. Now I am under illusion of Maya. I have forgotten myself that I am God, and by meditation I shall become God. This is all nonsense. God cannot forget himself. Then he is not God. Bhagavad Gita 4.1.
26.
26.
26.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. So this is what we can understand. How is it possible? God cannot forget, right? Yeah. Janma karma cha me divyam. Yes. Would someone like to read this, please? Verse number 4.6. This helps us to understand about the transcendental appearance and disappearance of the Lord. Yes, let me take some new hands. Would someone like to volunteer, please? Yes, Murari Chaitanya Prabhu ki Hare Krishna. Yes, Prabhu, please.
अजपि सन् अव्ययात्मा भूतानामीशरोऽपि सन् प्रकृतिं स्वामधिष्ठाय सम्भवामि आत्ममायया. Although I am unborn and my transcendental body never deteriorates, and although I am the Lord of all living entities, by my internal energy, I still appear in every millennium in my original transcendental form. Bhagavad Gita 4.6. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Just before this, can you please go through the verse number 5 in the book? In the purport, this is third paragraph in the Vedas also. So
Okay.
that paragraph, in the second line, there is an analogy which is given. So, yes. So can somebody identify this analogy and explain what is it that is mentioned here? Yes.
He is like a Vaidurya stone.
Yes, Prabhuji.
Changes color, yet still remains one.
Yes.
All those multi-forms are understood by pure unalloyed devotees, but not by simple study of Vedas.
Vedeshu durlabham
Vedeshu
adurlabham
durlabham adurlabham atma bhaktau.
Yes, thank you, Prabhuji. So that is why this helps us to understand. I mean, this is further corroboration, right? In the Vedas also it is said that the Lord, all the one without second, he manifests himself in innumerable forms, unlimited forms. He has unlimited forms. This is what we have seen, right? Vedeshu durlabham adurlabham atma bhakto Govinda Madi Purusham. So he has unlimited, although expanded into unlimited forms. He is still the same original, isn't it? Adyam. So he's just like the Vedurya stone who is changing the color, still it remains the one. Yes. So from verse number 6, we understand about the appearance that although I am unborn, my transcendental body never deteriorates. So, okay. So this helps us to understand what is the difference between the conditioned living entities and the Lord. See, the Jiva, the difference between the Supreme Spirit and the Jiva, living entity. So, if we have to identify a few points from this, first is there is an analogy which helps us to understand his appearance and disappearance are like the sun's rising. The sun is moving up before us and then it is disappearing from our sight, right? But this doesn't mean that the sun is not there in the sky. It is present, isn't it? But it has moved to some other, it is fixed in the horizon. But for that point in time, we are not able to view it, right? We are not able to see it. So it has disappeared from our eyesight. Similarly, the Lord, he continues with his pastimes, all his transcendental pastimes. The Lord continues to carry out. He performs all these different pastimes. It is going on, but they are going on in other planetary systems or in the other universes, right? So that continues, but it is just that we are not able to view them now. So Krishna, so this is what we have understood from this analogy. This analogy is present in verse number 4.6. Yes, would someone like to read this, please? Please volunteer. Yes, Nandakishore Bolakpalli Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
The Lord
Krishna.
is conscious of all of his previous appearances and disappearances. But a common living entity forgets everything about his past body as soon as he gets another body. He is the Lord of all living entities because he performs wonderful and superhuman activities while he is on this earth. Therefore, the Lord is always the same absolute truth and is without differentiation between his form and self, or between his quality and body. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. So he is always aware of, he is always the same absolute truth. From Srimad Bhagavatam, even the verse 1, of Srimad Bhagavatam explains that. Not only that, he is just like, he's compared to a sun. There is in one of the, yes, this, I got this for sharing this, like from Chaitanya Charitamrit Madhya Leela, Krishna Surya Sama, Maya Haya Andhakara. So the Lord Shri Krishna is compared to the sun. And what is Maya? Maya is Andhakara, Yaha Krishna Taha Nahi, Mayara Adhikara. So Krishna is compared to sunshine and Maya is compared to darkness. Wherever there is sunshine, there cannot be darkness. So as soon as one takes to Krishna consciousness, this darkness of illusion, the influence of the Maya, external energy, it will immediately vanish. So this is mentioned. Yeah. And not only that, if I go back, so the first verse itself, the Lord is always the same absolute truth, and he is without differentiation between his form and the self. He is Sachidananda Vigraha. So the first verse helps us to understand. If we go to the verse 1 of Srimad Bhagavatam, it starts with Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Why? Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya, the son of Vasudev, right? So that helps us to understand that we are addressing Lord Shri Krishna because Lord Shri Krishna himself is the son of Vasudev. There cannot be anybody else, and he is the only original supreme personality of Godhead. So it mentions like Janmadhyasya yato anvayad itaratascha artheshvabhigna swarat. So he is swarat, he is abhigna, he is knower, he is conscious of all the bodies. That is why he remembers everything, past, present, future. He can remember because he is abhigna. He is conscious of all the living beings. He remembers everything. And he is the one who Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavai. So he is the one who delivered the knowledge, to the first to the unto the heart. He is the first who first imparted the Vedic knowledge unto the heart of Brahmaji, the original living being. By him, even the great sages are getting illusioned. Huyanti yat surayaha. So this helps us to understand Satyam Param Dhimahi. He is the absolute truth. So I meditate upon him, for he is the absolute truth. And he is only because of him these material universes have manifested, and how temporarily manifested by the reaction of the three modes of material nature, but they appear to be factual. It is only by his because everyone gets bewildered, I mean, yeah, it is only because of him. So that is what is mentioned, Satyam Param Dhimahi. So he is the Param Satya, he is the absolute truth, and that is what is mentioned here also. As we understand that, therefore, the Lord is always the same absolute truth and is without differentiation between his form and self, or between his quality and body. He is the original. So, yeah, so these are a few of the qualities of the Lord Shri Krishna. So, first is he is eternal and remembers past, present, and future. So, he is Achyuta, he never forgets, he's infallible. Okay, so what about the conditioned living entity Jiva? Please tell against this particular point, first one, what do you feel? This is these are the qualities of the Lord, right? So let's go one by one. We'll just take. Okay, Asha Mataji, Hare Krishna. Okay, no problem, Mataji. Please type in the chat in that case. Thank you, Mataji. Yeah, so Lord Krishna is eternal.
Eternal.
So we are?
We're also eternal. We
Fallible.
forget.
We are also eternal. Very good. Do we remember past, present, and future?
No.
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 No, we
No.
don't remember. Now, Lord Krishna, he remembers all the births. Why? Because his body does not change or deteriorate, avyayam. And in our case, how is it?
We change shirts.
We change.
His body changes.
We change the body. This body is made up of?
5 material nature.
Yes, Haribol, very
Panchabhuta.
nice. So we are once
Panchabhuta.
Panchamahabhut, yes. Earth, water, fire, air, ether. And then in this material body, we have a subtle body, which is made up of?
Mind,
Mind,
intelligence, and ego.
Intelligence and false
False
ego.
ego. False ego, very good. And within that, we have the soul present, isn't it?
Soul.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, so.
Sukshma
And
Sharira.
the Lord appears by his own will. And how do we appear?
God's
We
By the
appear,
God's will. By God's will.
we,
God's
And as per our karmas, Mataji, we get the
yes,
body.
yes, Mataji. So we appear by the based on the deeds and the desire and the karma. And our Lord's body is transcendental, his body and the soul. I mean, he is Sachidananda Vigraha, right? Full of eternal bliss and knowledge. And our body is, as we have discussed, made up of, it is temporary, made up of material elements. No difference between body and self. He's Advaita. Whereas in our case, we have seen how there is a difference. So we are eternal, but we forget, isn't it? We forget because body changes and deteriorates. So there are 6 transformations that happen, right? We are forced to appear by karma. Body is material, and the soul acquires an external body, gross and subtle.
Subtle.
Yeah. Now, so when does Krishna appear? So please volunteer to read this. This is verse number 7. So so this is verse number 7, right? Yes, Harshita Mataji, Hare Krishna. Yes, Mataji, please read.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Yada yada hi dharmasya glanirбhavati bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam
Tadatmanam
shrajamyaham. Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharata, and a predominant rise of a religion, at that time I descend myself. Bhagavad Gita.
I request Praveen Mataji, kindly mute yourself. Yes, Mataji, Harshita Mataji, please continue.
Mataji, I have spoken that verse
Yes,
completely.
Mataji. Yes, sure. Thank you, Mataji. So it says, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuthanam adharmasya tadatmanam srijamyaham. Whenever and wherever there is a decline in the religious practice. So these are some of the external reasons, he appears. There is a predominant rise of irreligion, but internally, or the actual reason, what is the real reason? Why does he come? This can happen, I mean, if the Lord has to annihilate the miscreants, which we will cover in the next verse. Yes, Jia Mataji, Hare Krishna.
The internal reason is that the Lord wants to attract every conditioned soul back to Godhead.
Yes, Mataji, and the real reason is he really wants to reciprocate his love and affection with the devotees. He wants to give pleasure to his devotees, and in turn, he also wants to receive affection. He wants to reciprocate, right? And yes, ultimately, that is also right that he wishes to deliver all the conditioned souls back to Godhead. Yeah, so yeah, let's go through this verse first. Would someone like to volunteer to read this, please? This is verse 7 continued. Yes, let me take some more new hands, please. Or otherwise, I have to call out the names. I'm just checking. Yes, Mihir Prabhuji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Should I read, Mataji?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Means that the Lord manifests himself as he is. The Vedas are also accepted as originally spoken by the Lord himself to Brahma from within his heart. Therefore, the principle of dharma or religion are the direct order of the Supreme Personality of the Godhead. Dharmanam tu saksad bhagavata panitam.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yes.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Okay, yeah. So Srijami means the Lord manifests himself as he is, as we have just now seen, right? That the Lord is manifesting himself as he is, isn't it? He is the original Purusha. Not only that, he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the absolute truth. And what does Veda do? Vedas also, what is it? Vedas are guiding us towards. The Vedas are also spoken by the Lord himself to Brahma. We have seen in the first verse right now, isn't it? In the Srimad Bhagavatam first verse. Tene Brahma Hridaya Adi Kavai, that the Lord Himself imparted the message unto the heart of Brahma, the first original living being. Therefore, these should be known as the principles of dharma or religion which we follow. These are the direct orders. Sakshat Bhagavad Pranitam. They are the direct orders of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Yeah, so there is a difference between the avatara and avatari. So there are various kinds of avatars, and it says avatara nahi kahe ami avatara, muni sab jani kare lakshan vichara. So an actual incarnation of God never says I am God, or I am an incarnation of God. The great sage Vyasadeva, knowing all, has already recorded the characteristics of the avatars in the Shastras. So, what are the different kinds of avatars? Any idea? This is a Bhakti Shastri question also. This will be coming in the later chapters. So, there are how many kinds of avatars? Yes, they are the names of the avatars, but they are coming in the category of which category?
Lila avatar.
So there are Leela avatar, yes, Prabhuji. There are Manvantar avatars, Purusha avatar, isn't it? Yeah, Guna avatar and Shakti avatar. So there are 6 kinds of avatars, right? So all these avatars, there is a very beautiful verse which helps us to understand. The Lord is the verse goes as Ete chamshkal hapum saha Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam Indrari Vyakulam Lokam Pridyanti Yuge Yuge. So this helps us to understand. Ete chamsh kalha pumsaha. Let me just show you this verse. Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Lord himself is the Bhagavan. So there are 6 Shadeshware. Krishnastu Bhagavan. So there's a definition of Bhagavan also. Bhaga means opulences. Van is one who possesses those opulences. So there are 6 different opulences. So which are those opulences? Yes? Any idea?
Beautiful, all beautiful.
Yes, yes. Very good, Mataji.
And
Yes. Shad Aishwarasya Samagrasya.
Vijyasya jasasya
Yes, yes.
Bhurgasya ityangana sarvam.
Yes. Yes, Prabhuji. So there are 6 opulences which are mentioned as Shad Aishwarya Samagrasya Virasya Yashasah Shriyah. So there are 6 of them actually. Yeah, so Krishna, he is the master of all knowledge. Aishwarya, all the beauty, all knowledge, Samagrasya, Virasya, Yasha, Shriya, and even renunciation, isn't it? So that is the definition of Bhagwan, and this is given by Parashar Muni. So this is the definition of Bhagwan. And in this verse, which we were checking right now, where Ete Chamshkalha Pumsa Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam. Let me just open that for you. Yes, this is from the 3rd chapter of the 1st canto. Ete Chamshkalha Pumsa Krishnastu Bhagwan Swayam. So all the incarnations which are mentioned in this chapter, 3rd chapter talks about the various incarnations of the Lord. All these incarnations, they are either the plenary portions or the portions of the plenary portions of the Lord. But Lord Shri Krishna is the original personality of Godhead. So as Prabhuji mentioned, no, Narayan, Lord Narayan, so even he is the one of the incarnations of the Lord. And all of them, they appear on the planets whenever there is a disturbance created by the atheists. The Lord incarnates to protect the devotees. So this helps us to understand. Yeah, so an actual incarnation of God never says. And so the Lord himself is avatari. He is not an avatar, he is avatari. All the incarnations appear from him. So that is why the other incarnations, they are known as avatar, but Lord himself is avatari. Whenever he comes in his original form, in his original body, in his Sachidananda Vigraha form. So, yes. Would someone like to read this, please? Recite this? Read. Yes, thank you, Prabhuji. Wealth, fame, beauty, renunciation, wealth, knowledge. Yes. Wealth, fame, beauty, renunciation, knowledge, and opulence. Strength, yeah. Yes, thank you, Prabhuji. Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Thank you, Nankeshwar Prabhuji. Yeah, that's right. Yes, Nankeshwar Prabhuji. Yes, please. Prabhuji, you are on mute. Yes, Prabhuji.
सृष्टि हेतु ये मूर्ति प्रपंचे अवतारे शेय ऐश्वर मूर्ति अवतार नामाधारे मायातीत परव्यो में सबर अव्यस्थान विश्वे अवतारी धारे अवतार नाम. The avatara or incarnation of Godhead descends from the kingdom of God for material manifestation. And the particular form of the personality of Godhead who so descends is called an incarnation or avatara. Such incarnations are situated in the spiritual world, the kingdom of God. When they descend to the material creation, they assume the name avatara. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. So they have a specific mission, whenever any of the avatars come, they come with some specific purpose. For during that particular point in time only they descend to this material creation. All of them are there. Even, it is mentioned when we'll go through Srimad Bhagavatam and all our acharyas, they help us to understand that since we know there are different rasas, how many rasas in which the Lord is between the Lord and his devotees in the form of 12 different rasas. Out of these 12 different rasas, we have 5 primary rasas, right? So there are leelas, pastimes going on. Yes, 5 are primary rasas. Yes. And so overall, we have 12 rasas. Secondary, 5 primary, and which are those 5 primary rasas? Would someone like to, please share please raise your hands if you know any of the 5 primary rasas. Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Mona Lisa Saha Mataji. Yes, please.
Sakya rasa,
Yes,
dasa,
Mataji. Yes.
santaras,
Mm.
dasamaras.
Yes. So we have Shant Ras, Sakhya Ras, then we have Dasya, Shant, Sakhya, Dasya, Vatsalya, and then Madhurya. So
Madhurya.
these are the 5 rasas. These are the 5 primary rasas. And Bhishma Pitama is also having that Leela, with the Lord, the Sarathi, in the Lord's form as Sarathi, the charioteer form of the Lord. He's having that Leela and they are reciprocating their love, in the Veeras. So our acharyas, our teachers, they help us to understand. See, so many transcendental pastimes are going on in one particular in one place. If one leela gets over, the same leela might be happening at some other particular place. This is so transcendental. Yeah. So why does Krishna appear? And when does Krishna appear? So we have seen, what did we see? We have seen when does Krishna appear, and there is a specific timeline, when he appears. That is also mentioned in this verse. In the purport, it is mentioned. And why does Krishna appear? Paritranaya sadhunam vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. To deliver the pious and to annihilate the miscreants, as well as to re-establish the principles of religion, I myself appear millennium after millennium. Actually, he could have sent any of his incarnations, right, to deliver the pious, to annihilate the miscreants. But the key reason is, the real reason basically is, he wants to have that reciprocation of love with his devotees, the pure devotees of the Lord. And that is why it's mentioned, that there is a verse that says that Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem. I think I have it. Nitya Siddha Krishna Prem Sadhe Kabunai Shravan Adi Shuddha Chitte Karaye Udaya. So our pure love for the Lord can be awakened, Uday. Uday can happen. It can rise. It can be awakened by Shravanadi. Because by hearing and chanting of the holy name of the Lord, by the glories of the Lord, what happens? Other way we can have that pure love for, with the help of the devotional service, that the pure love for the Lord can be awakened. It cannot happen by any other source. Kabunai, I mean, sadhe kabunai. No other sadhya or the objects can really awaken that. And that is why, even when we say no, yesterday when we were discussing Jia Mataji, so how is it possible to be away, to get rid of all our material desires? When we say about the attachment to the desires, when we start chanting, when we are engaged in the service of the Lord, so automatically the desire, the attachment decreases. Because what happens when we start taking the Lord's name? There is a very beautiful verse, Vasudeve Bhagavati Bhakti Yoga Prayojitah Janyati Ashu Vairagyam Jnanam Chayat Ahetukam. So when we are doing bhakti, for whom? Unto the Supreme Personality of Godhead, what would happen? Automatically there will be Vairagya and Jnana. And when we are doing causeless devotional service to the Lord, so by rendering devotional service unto the personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna, one immediately acquires causeless knowledge and detachment from the world. Slowly and steadily it happens. So we always have to ensure we are in the association of the devotees. ABCD, we are following that. So ultimately, we are reading the Shastras and we have to be very regular about it, sincerely following the Shastras under the guidance of the bona fide spiritual master. So then, chanting of Hare Krishna Mahamantra, regularly chanting our rounds, completing the chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and always ensuring that we are eating only prasadam, which is the remnants, so the Uchishta of the Lord. Yeah, so let me just go back. So dharma is the principles of religion. We have seen, no, dharmam tu sakshat bhagavad pranitam. Principles, dharma is the principles of religion. Sanstapana, to establish, arthai, for the purpose to establish the principles of religion, because there was so much of irreligion that was happening, right? We have seen in the Kurukshetra what was happening. The Lord had to descend himself, appear himself in his original form. And what is that Kurukshetra known as? It is known as which place? It is the from the first chapter.
Holy
It
place.
is known as
Holy
the
place.
holy place, and it is the place of
Dharmakshetra.
Dharmakshetra. It
Dharma
is the place
Kshetre.
of Dharmakshetra. It is the place of religion. And the Lord Shri Krishna, he is the father of religion, right? This is what we have seen in the first chapter. Yes, would someone like to read this, please? Yes. Yes, Vinod Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Yes, please.
Janma karma cha me divam. Devotees simply by understanding the transcendental nature of the body and activities of the Lord, attains the abode of the Lord after ending this body and does not run the risk of returning to this material world. Anyone who understands Lord Krishna to be the Supreme, or who says unto the Lord, you are the same Supreme Brahman, the personality of Godhead, is certainly liberated instantly, and consequently his entrance into the transcendental association of the Lord is guaranteed. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. So this is mentioned like how it is possible that there is no risk. If a person after ending this body, Janma Karma Chame Divyam, a person who understands how transcendental is Lord's Janma and Karma, right? So Janma Karma. So what are the different karmas of the Lord? He doesn't need to do anything, you know. He is the one who is the controller of everything. So, but still he descends. Whenever he descends, he sets an example for to educate people in general and to set an example for everyone to prevent from this from. He also wants to maintain the peace so that one Sankara won't be there, right? So that is we have seen in the previous chapter, right? So this is what we understand. And anyone who understands the Lord Shri Krishna's transcendental activities, then they are certainly liberated instantly. And consequently, his entrance into the transcendental association of the Lord is guaranteed. So basically, this helps us to understand when we say liberated instantly, it's like that from the consciousness point of view, he is liberated. That he understand that he is the eternal servitor of the Lord, and it is his duty to render service unto the lotus feet of the Lord, and that is what he wishes, you know. So janma karma chame divyam. So this is what we have covered. Yes. So please identify. There are a few points from verse number 4 point. There is one more verse. Please go to that verse. Let me just cover that. A few portion from that particular purport I would like to cover. This verse number 4.9. Yes, in this verse number 4.9 itself. No, we didn't cover 4.10. Maybe we can cover 4.10. It is not mentioned here. And then we will have this activity. Okay. So let's go to the. Let me just open it here for you. So I wanted everyone to go through. So वीतराग भय क्रोध मन्मया मामुपाश्रितः बहवो ज्ञानतपसा पूता मद्भावम आगतः. So this verse, it helps us to understand that it is possible that when we went through verse number 9, we have seen tatvatah, right? Janma karma cha me divyam evam yoveti tatvatah, who knows me in truth, absolute truth, right? Who knows me in truth, basically, right? And now 10th helps us to understand people who have really taken shelter of me. Here, if I go scroll down here, see, when they are freed from the attachment, fear, and anger, they completely absorb themselves in me. Their consciousness is completely absorbed in me. They take shelter of me. Such many people in the past, they have purified themselves by my knowledge, and thus they have attained transcendental love for me, right? As we just covered that verse, no, Nitya Shuddha Krishna Prem Sadhe Kabunay Shravan Adi Shuddha Chit Karaye Uday. So this helps us to understand. Just a minute, please. Yeah. So I hope my screen is visible to everyone, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So Dvit, Raga, Bhaya, Krodha. Dvit means freed from. Raga, Bhaya, and Krodha. So Raga is attachment. Basically, Raga, here we are talking about three people or three major categories. Raga, Bhaya, and Krodha. There are people who are attached, who have strong sense of material attachment. When we say attachment, it is the attachment with the desires, attachment with the result of the action. So that is raga. Such people, they also attain me when they are purified. People who are in the category of bhaya. So they are fearful of losing their identity, right? Mayavadis, impersonalists, they want to become one with the Brahman, right? They want to merge into Brahman. So they are fearful of their identities, so much so that they are fearful, they don't even want to have a spiritual identity itself. They don't even want to have a birth, like according to them, not only birth, what I mean to say is they are really afraid. They have undergone so much in this particular life with respect to their relationships with people, in general, that they really don't want to even go for the spiritual. They don't even want to think about the spiritual identity. That even after death, there could be some individuality can exist, right? They don't want that. They are so fearful. And krodha is anger. So anger is, there are certain category of people who are who follow like Buddhist philosophy, right? They only plan for voidism, right? Shunyavadi. Why? Because they are so much frustrated in their life that because of which anger arises, and ultimately they just want to say, okay, according to them, they want to go into Brahman. They follow the voidism philosophy, Shunyavadi. They are known as Shunyavadi. But even they can be, ultimately, even they can be purified by knowledge of me, and thus they all attain transcendental love for me. So this is what has been mentioned here. So if you will go through this purport, this will help you understand. Like if because if they are too materially absorbed, the conception of, let me just move this. Yes, so if and because they're too materially absorbed, the conception of retaining the personality after liberation from matter, it frightens them. So according to them, they don't want to have any kind of personality. They don't want to retain their individuality even after death. You know, after liberation, basically, not death, but after liberation. When they're informed that spiritual life is also individual and personal, they become afraid of becoming persons again. And say don't, so they naturally prefer a kind of merging into the impersonal void. Generally, they compare the living entities. This is an analogy here. So what do they feel? That living entities are the bubbles in the ocean, which merge into the ocean. According to them, so what is the understanding? What do you understand from this sentence? Please tell me. Just now we covered. According to them, who think that the living entities are the bubbles of the ocean and they should merge into the ocean. Who thinks this particular philosophy? I mean, who thinks this? Which category of people? Yes, please raise your hand.
Impersonalist, Mataji.
Yes, Mataji. Thank you. Very good. So they basically, they just, according to them, okay, we are just like the bubbles in the ocean. We just want to become one with the Lord. That is their philosophy. And then furthermore, with if we will further scroll down, we will understand there are another category of people. They become disgusted or angry. Those who ultimately, according to them, everything is void. So this is with respect to the people. Vitaraga bhaya krodha. So this is with respect to people who are frustrated in their life. So and thus they're getting angry. Such people are in a disease condition of life. And some people are too materially attached. This also we have seen, right? Raga. And therefore do not give attention to the spiritual life. Yeah, so you can just go through the more details later. Yes, so let's have this activity. And this is from the preaching perspective. Okay, so this is the last section. We'll end up with this activity today. So, identify the points which are relevant for preaching from Bhagavad Gita 4.6 to 9. We have covered many points, right? Between 4.6 to 9 about the transcendental activities, appearance and disappearance of the Lord. Even we covered this section just now. So, please pay a special attention to the Sanskrit word and phrases, analogies, and identify the points which you feel are very relevant from preaching perspective, preaching point of view. So how many so Prabhuji, is the attendance done? We had 17 participants, right? They're just 16. I mean 15 ideally. Who left? Who is left? Somebody left just now, Prabhuji. Okay. Okay. Sure. So let's go and yeah, join back, I believe. Is it? 617, yeah. So okay. Anyway, so how many participants do we have, Prabhuji? total? I hope everybody has logged in with one single mobile, isn't it? Krishna Kumar Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. I think Prabhuji is not there. Okay, let me start. Praveen, Mataji or Prabhuji? I just wanted to understand. There are two names. Praveen, right?
Mataji and Prabhu. Sab Mataji and Praveen Prabhuji.
Okay, Prabhuji, just now there were two names appearing. Praveen.
Yeah, Praveen is there in the Mataji's name also. Praveen is there.
Okay, and
Sab
Prabhuji is
Praveen
also
and
there.
Praveen. Yes,
Okay,
both.
sure. Okay, thank you,
Praveen and
Prabhuji.
Mataji.
Okay, so now we have 16 participants. So Praveen is Asha. Okay. And who is Praveena Mataji? Praveena Shetty Mataji? Okay, maybe she just left, I believe. Anyway, so we have 15 participants. Let us have three groups of 5 participants. Okay, okay, sure, Mataji. No worries. But Mataji, you have to, how will you be able to participate in the activity then, Praveen Mataji? Hare Krishna Mataji? Hare Krishna Praveen Mataji? Asha Mataji, Hare Krishna. Could you please type in the chat? How will you be able to participate? Okay, sure, no worries. So, yeah, so maybe we'll continue with this discussion. So we have 15 participants. We'll have 3 groups, 5 participants in each group. So that what you can do is you can divide the verses and accordingly you can continue the activity, and there could be 2 people, 2 volunteers from one group who could participate. Okay. So that
Yes.
ways you can divide the verses within your groups and 2 volunteers from one group, they can participate. Okay.
Yes,
So yeah, so I'm just creating the groups now.
6 to 9.
Yes. So yeah, 4.6 to 9, and I'm creating 3 groups. I'm just stopping the share. I'm just creating the breakout rooms first.
Room 2.
Yes, please join the groups. Yes, Praveen Mataji, please join room 1. I moved you to room 1 so that you can discuss with Krishna Kumar Prabhu. Yes,
come back. Mataji, all have come back, I think. Only 15 are there.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah. So let's continue. Request everyone to please raise your hands. We can just take up the discussion and share the screen. Yes. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Krishna Kumar Prabhuji, Hare Krishna. Yes, please, Prabhuji. So, Prabhuji, you are from group 1?
I am from group 1, 4.9, Mataji.
4.9. Oh, you did only 4.9, is it?
Yeah, we did all
We
that.
divided actually. All the
Okay, you
have
have
divided
done.
in
Yes, yes. Great, Hari Bol. So, yes,
So,
Prabhuji. So, 4.6, who is participating? Or maybe we can continue. That's okay. 4.9. All of us will go to 4.9. Yes, Prabhuji. Yes, please.
so basically, this verse, the verse talks about the eternal abode.
Mm-hmm.
One
Yes,
who is
yes.
aware of the transcendental nature of Krishna
Hmm.
and his activities.
Hmm.
After his death, he will not come back to the cycle of birth and death. And this transcendental body is made of Advaitam, Achyutam, Anadim, Ananta Rupam. Actually, that is what the purport says. So it is what we call it as the liberation from the material world. And
Okay, yes.
the Purusha Bodhini Upanishad says Eko Devo Nitya Leela Kranato Bhakta Vyapi Hridaya Anantaratma. The Supreme Personality of Godhead eternally engaged in many transcendental forms, relationship with his unalloyed devotees. So if we are unalloyed devotee, then we might get the relationship with God, and the only way to reach is the Bhakti Seva, which we can do, and we can reach the highest perfectional stage if we are having unalloyed. There's no dualities in our approach towards the faith. So,
Yes. And yes, Prabhuji, and not only that, unalloyed devotion, I agree, I understand. But still, even if we render service to the Lord, because the bhava is what that matters, you know. So any kind of service which we are doing, if Lord Krishna, if he is in the center, he reciprocates, right? Ye yatha
correct.
mam prapadyante. So he
Tamam
understands. So
Prabhupada.
maybe our
Yes, Mataji.
purification will happen. We consider ourselves as not eligible. I agree, because we are not eligible yet. But still, there is
We
yeah.
are still nowhere near
He
that.
he reciprocates. Yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Yes. Anyone else who would like to add in this verse only? We'll just cover this verse now. Okay. Yes, please. Maybe we can
Yes.
continue. Okay. Yes, Harshita Mataji. Yes, please. Which
So
verse, Mataji?
Mataji,
Mataji,
all four verses, maybe we can summarize from
And who all
each
are
and every one.
participating from your group, Mataji?
Sumit Prabhuji is there with me, Archana Mataji is there with me, Madhav Prabhuji is there with me, Mataji.
Okay,
We are
so
one group.
okay, so only you will be presenting, Mataji, or one more Prabhuji or Mataji would also be presenting?
Mataji, I will be presenting, and
Okay.
the Prabhuji Matajis will add if
Okay, sure.
something
Yes,
has to be
Mataji.
added.
Please continue.
So, Mataji,
Yes, sure.
the understanding of all the four shlokas is that the first thing is, Mataji, that the 4.6 talks about the transcendental form of the Lord. Talks about how the form of Lord is different from the material human, from the humans, from the jeev forms. And then, like, the overview is that 4.7 talks about once we understand the transcendental form of the Lord, when actually the Lord appears. The 4.7 talks about that, and 4.8 talks about much in detail that what Lord does and for whom Lord appears. And 4.9 primarily talks about what a devotee can do. If the devotee understands the transcendental form of Lord, what happens to the devotee? That's the main crux. Now, in the 4.6, Mataji, after the description of the material, the difference of the transcendental form of the Lord is clearly explained. And also in the second page, the verse from the Bhagavatam is also, there is the analogy which is mentioned is the of the sun. that
Yes.
the sun, when it is raining, or when, we don't see the sun due to weather condition, but that doesn't mean that the sun is not there. The sun has all along been there, and that is exactly the description of the Lord transcendental form. That Lord has all along been there. But the impersonalists feel that they have just taken birth and it is only an avatar form that they have come. So that was the understanding. And then the second shloka, Yada Yada Hi Dharmasya, talks about that when the Lord actually manifests, for what reasons the Lord comes or appears. So here, although it is mentioned very clearly that Lord can send anybody to take care of the demons from his, from his people, from his this thing, but from the demigods. But he doesn't. He only personally appears for his devotees, because his devotees. No, the first thing, sorry, Mataji, I'm getting confused with two shlokas. I'm sorry, Mataji.
No worries,
This Yada
Mataji.
Yada Dharmasya primarily talks about.
That is seventh only. No, that is correct. You're right. But Mataji, from preaching perspectives, I'm trying to look for the points, If you have to explain it to somebody, if you have to preach, what would be the specific pointers for you, which will
Okay.
really help you to establish that the transcendental nature and the activities of the Lord. So, like for example, Srijami helps us to understand that he has manifested in his own form.
Mataji,
And
I
your
understand.
first point, I agree, like the sun, the analogy that
I
goes
understand.
perfectly. Yes,
Sorry,
Mataji.
so from
No,
4.7,
that's fine, Mataji.
first was the Shajami, means that the Lord manifests himself as he is. Second part, which I have highlighted, is that he therefore appears by his own will. Whenever there is a predominance of irreligiosity and a disappearance of true religion. Also, below it was mentioned that the purpose about Vedas, that this line was Dharma tu Sakshat Bhagavad Pranitam, which you have also explained, Mataji, that the principles of dharma or religion are the direct orders of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. And this is also mentioned in the Vedas. So the purpose of Vedas are also clearly established and mentioned below. That, that is at the end of the day, follow the instructions
Correct,
of the
yes.
Lord.
Yes, Mataji, correct. So maybe we'll also, let's let others also add to what you mentioned, Mataji. We'll take points from the other group as well. Yeah, sure. Thank you, Mataji. Thank you, Mataji. First, yes, Jia Mataji, Hare Krishna.
என்னம்மா அவனுக்கு
Yes,
பிரச்சனை?
please.
நீ ஏன் போய் அவன்கிட்ட பேசுற? உங்ககிட்ட யாராவது பேச சொன்னாங்களா?
Yes, Mataji. Yes, please. Jia Mataji, you are on mute. Kindly unmute yourself. Yes,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna. Hare Krishna, Mataji.
In our group, I was given the verse 4.6, and the points that I got was that in the Sanskrit word meanings, the word meaning of Atma Maya is very much important because it establishes that Krishna is the master of Prakriti, not that when he descends to this material world, he comes under the inferior energy by taking up a material body, what is the philosophy of Mayavadis. But he is always descending. He never takes up another body like us. He descends in his original Satchidananda Vigraha form. And for this, the analogy is also given that it is not that when the Lord comes into the material world, his new body is born for him or something like that. He takes up such a body. But the analogy is what is given is that the sun, it may seem like it is being born from the horizon, but it is actually just appearing and it's fixed in its place. And when it disappears, it is not that the sun is gone, it is fixed in its place.
Yes,
And
Mataji.
also that the main point was that he appears in his transcendental body, not that he comes under the influence of his.
And there is one very beautiful point mentioned. He's always young. So youthful, it still appears. I mean, see, it still appears that Lord Krishna grows from, it appears. But has anyone seen him in white hairs or in a white beard, or him? Has anyone seen him as aging? No, never. He never ages beyond youth. At the time of the Battle of Kurukshetra, he had many grandchildren at home. Or in other words, he had
Yes.
sufficiently aged by material calculations, right? Still, he looked just like a young man, 20 or 25
25
years old.
years
So
old.
this is another point of his Sachidananda Leela, no? Yes, yes, Mataji. And he always appears in this Shyama Sundar form. Whenever he appears originally, no, two-handed form with the flute. So he always appears in a Shyam Sundar form. Yes, thank you, Mataji. Anything else that you would like to add? We'll move on to the next verse, verse 7. Anybody who would like to volunteer for verse 7, please?
Hare
7,
Krishna.
8, and 9. Yes, Hare Krishna, Jivan Prabhuji. Yes, please. Yes, thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
I just want to discuss about 4.8.
Oh, yes, Prabhuji. Sure, yes. So, yes.
Hare Krishna, the note 12. Here this sloka is spoken by Sri Krishna. The purpose of appearing the Lord, why he coming. Paritana sadhanam vinashacha dushkitam dharma samsthapanarthai samami juga juga. To deliver the pious and annihilate the miscreant as well as to reestablish the principle of religion. I myself appear millennium after millennium. Actually, Lord comes in the universe as so many avatar. That's a Guna avatar, Purusha avatar, Lila avatar, Shakta Vesha avatar, Manantara avatar, Juga avatar. That when he comes here to when the universe is in some trouble, they come. But when Krishna comes, the Supreme Personality of God comes. He has his main purpose is to mitigating the anxieties of the pure devotee who are very anxious to see him in original Vrindavan pastime.
Yes.
Or the prime purpose of Krishna avatar is to satisfy his unalloyed devotee. At this point, in the age of Kali, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who spared the worship of Krishna by the Sankirtana movement, congregational chanting of the holy names, and he spared the this movement across the world, and he also predicted that a devotee, pure devotee, will come, and he spared this movement to the world. It is stated in I think in Chaitanya Bhagavad, no? Chaitanya Mangal.
Yes, Mura Senapati Bhakta. Right. Yes, Prabhuji. But I'm not sure whether it is in Chaitanya Bhagavad or Chaitanya Charitamrita. I need to check, Prabhuji. I'm really not sure. But yes, it is mentioned. There is a prophecy.
That's why Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Srila Prabhupada come, and he started the movement vigorously across the world, in every country, villages. So his ambition is fulfilled. The Lord Chaitanya, as the incarnation of Krishna, positive of Godhead, he describes secretly but directly in the conventional part of revealed scripture. It is not that he is avatar by the votes. He is also written in the scripture previously that he will come. The devotee of Lord Krishna is very much attacked by the Sankirtan movement of the Lord Chaitanya. And this Chaitanya avatar of the Lord does not kill the miscreant but deliver them by his causeless mercy. By chanting Hare Krishna Mantra. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Yeah. This is mentioned here in the verse also. Like the last line, the whole purpose of the missions of incarnations is to arouse Krishna consciousness everywhere. Such consciousness is manifest and non-manifest only under different circumstances. And the verse number 8 is mentioned. The devotees of Lord Krishna are very much attracted by the Sankirtan movement of Lord Chaitanya. This avatar of the Lord does not kill the miscreants but delivers them by his causeless mercy. As you mentioned, no, Prithvite Achayat Nagaradi Gram Sarvatra Prachar Haive Mora Naam. Yes, thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Not only that, it is mentioned that any of his agents, they can come and they can just annihilate the miscreants, but no, he specially comes personally to deliver his devotees and to reciprocate his love with them. And the example is given that of Prahlad Maharaj and Mata Devki. Yeah. Yes. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Any other points? So we have covered verse number 6, 7. Srijami, did we cover this one? Did anyone mention about this verse? Yes. Yeah, we have covered this. Yes. Verse number 8 is also covered, and 9. Anyone who would like to add on the verse number 9
Hare
from the
Krishna,
preaching perspective?
in the
Yes,
purport
Hare
nine,
Krishna Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji. From preaching perspective, yes, Prabhuji.
so there is an analogy over here for the mundane scholars with those.
Mm-hmm.
So the proper mundane scholars, so they will not attain salvation simply. It was so by licking the analogy licking the outer surface of the bottle of honey. By
Yes,
reading the
Prabhuji.
Bhagavad Gita, based on mundane scholarship. So they will not attend relation, but through they can, once they will cultivate Krishna consciousness only with faith and knowledge, with through a pure devotee, they can attend. Otherwise, they cannot. This is like the
Yes. Sure. Thank you, Prabhuji. Yeah, very nice. Thank you. Only by the mercy of the Lord and only by the mercy and blessings of the pure devotees of the Lord, under the proper guidance of our bona fide spiritual masters. Yeah. Thank you, everyone. So, with this, we'll just wind up for today. We have completed up to verse number 9. Yeah. No, we have completed up to verse number 10, right? We completed Veet Rag Bhaya Krodha. So, from the next, in the next class, we'll start from verse number 11. So we can take up the questions if any. I'll just, with this, I'll just end the class. Vancha kalpatarubhesya kripa sindhubhya evcha patitanam papnebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Anant koti Vaishnavrind ki jai. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitai Shri Nitai Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol. Praise to Shri Srila Prabhupada and praise to Shri Prabhupada Maharaj. Thank you everyone. Hare Krishna. Dandvat Pranam.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.